It started as just a joke. Really, that's all it was. I didn't think I had done anything wrong, just teasing about an old memory. But now my husband is gone. His lawyer keeps calling, and his best friend won't even look at me. One message, one careless, what a fantasy. And suddenly I'm the unfaithful wife, the one who doesn't deserve her own home. Before I dive deeper into this, I have a small favor. Subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to help this channel reach more people who deserve to hear these incredible stories. I kept telling myself it was harmless, a joke. Julian had always been a charming one, the friend who could make anyone laugh. Back in college, before Adam and I ever got serious, Julian and I had a brief, silly fling. Nothing meaningful, nothing lasting. So when I saw him again at a friend's party, I thought it would be harmless to tease a little. We were both drinking, reminiscing about old times. When I said I sometimes miss how simple things used to be, he smiled politely, not flirtatious, just kind. Maybe that's why I pushed it further. I laughed half-heartedly and told him that if we ever wanted a one-night throwback, I'd be open to it, just to see if the past still felt the same. He froze, awkward, and said it wasn't funny. I told him to relax. That was a compliment. That married people joke like this all the time. But he looked almost offended. He said Adam didn't deserve that. I rolled my eyes and told him Adam barely noticed me these days, that I was just trying to feel alive again. Julian shook his head and left early. I assumed he'd laugh about it later. Instead, that night, Adam came into the bedroom holding my phone. His face was pale, unreadable, quiet. He asked if I had really sent those messages, or if someone was pretending to be me. I told him it was just a joke, one Julian was too uptight to understand. Adam didn't argue. He set my phone on the dresser and said, "Julian called me first," then walked out. I stood there in the dark, heart pounding, realizing for the first time that a few words typed between drinks could unravel everything I thought I controlled. The next morning, he was gone, his side of the bed cold, his toothbrush missing, the closet half empty. I called him twice before work, keeping my voice calm, insisting we needed to talk like adults. No answer. When Tina asked why I looked pale, I shrugged it off. I said Adam was sulking because he couldn't take a joke. She laughed. Men are fragile, and for about 5 seconds I felt better. I told her Julian had overreacted, making it sound worse than it was. She said he probably just felt guilty being Adam's friend. I nodded, pretending it didn't matter, but inside, my stomach twisted into knots. That evening, a message from Julian arrived. I told him everything. I'm sorry. I threw my phone onto the couch and began pacing. I told myself it wasn't betrayal, just misplaced honesty. Adam would cool off once he realized Julian was exaggerating. But then my mother-in-law, Elaine, called. Her voice was calm but cutting. "You embarrass my son in front of everyone who respects him," she said. I tried to defend myself, saying it was a misunderstanding, a joke gone wrong. She replied, "Then you should have been funnier," and hung up. Later that night, I heard the garage door open. My heart leapt. Maybe he was coming back to talk. Instead, he stepped in only long enough to grab a folder from his desk. I asked if he was really ending things over a message. He said, not over a message, over what it meant. Then he left, shutting the door so quietly that it hurt more than if he had slammed it. I sat on the floor, still convinced I could talk my way out of this, because I always had before. By the weekend, everyone seemed to know. Elaine must have told people, or maybe Julian did, but the story spread quickly. I walked into work and felt the hush before the gossip hit. Someone had screenshot my message, the one-night throwback, and it was circulating in a group chat I wasn't even part of. Tina warned me not to look, but I did anyway. The caption read, "Imagine being this confident while married." My stomach sank. I told Tina people were overreacting, that I hadn't done anything wrong, but even she didn't meet my eyes. That night, I decided to reclaim some control. I went to the local bar where Adam's co-workers usually hung out. I smiled, laughed a little too loudly, and told anyone who asked that Julian had blown a harmless joke out of proportion. I even joked that Adam had been so uptight lately, Maybe he needed someone to lighten him up. People laughed awkwardly, unsure whether to agree or step away. Then Elaine walked in. She didn't yell or create a scene. Quietly, she said, "You talk too much for someone who's already lost everything." The entire bar went silent. I grabbed my purse and left, furious that she had humiliated me like that. When I got home, there was an email waiting. Subject line: notice of separation and custody intent. My breath caught. I opened it. Scanning legal jargon I barely understood. The lawyer's name was unfamiliar, but the signature line was Adams. No yelling, no text, no call. He just made it official. 2 days later, I sat in a lawyer's office that smelled of dust and old paper. Adams sat across from me, his expressionless calm making my stomach twist. His lawyer did most of the talking, explaining property division, custody plans, and a temporary freeze on joint accounts. I tried to interrupt, saying we didn't need strangers involved. Adam didn't even glance at me. I said it was one stupid message, not an affair. The lawyer slid a folder across the table. Screenshots of my texts, every word, every emoji, printed and highlighted. I recognized my jokes, my playful words. I started to cry, telling Adam he was being cruel, destroying our marriage over pride. He said calmly, "I'm protecting what's left." Elaine sat in the corner, silent, satisfied. I begged Adam to at least remember how we used to laugh together. He said, "You turned laughing into lying," then signed the last page without hesitation. The scratch of the pen felt final, louder than any shouting could have been. When he stood to leave, I realized I had built my defense on charm, and he had stopped finding it funny. I tried to save face afterward, telling people it was just a misunderstanding, that Adam was punishing me to look strong. I posted online about learning from mistakes and choosing love over ego. A few friends commented hearts. Most stayed silent. By the next morning, the screenshots had resurfaced, attached to a meme about wives who play stupid games. I deleted the post, threw my phone across the couch. Tina had texted that she was sorry, but couldn't get involved anymore. Even she had stepped aside. Then a courier arrived with another envelope. Inside was a financial summary and custody filing. My name no longer appeared on any joint accounts. Adam had already separated everything. I called him, crying, insisting this wasn't justice. It was revenge. He didn't answer. Later, I received a short message.